Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Um, oh my goodness, I got 1,000,001 screens open. Let me start closing these down before we have problems. Okay. Yep, I got too many screens open. So much to talk about, though. So, you know what I mean? So, let me close some of these before something stops working, like me. Okay. All right. Almost done. Yeah, I got way more open than what I need. Okay. Um, that's some of it. Oh, today's the 26th, isn't it? Okay, I'll put you over there. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I knew it was something. All right. I knew it was something I was missing. Ah, is that it? Yes, yes. I love it when it works out. Work out in the morning, work out in the evening, work out. Take me higher, baby, 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 baby. Work out, 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 out. All right. So with that, let me bring up some slides and we're good to go. Of course, I don't think we're going to be here more than an hour. We never are we? More like 2 or 3 hours, but not tonight, though. Not tonight, because I've only been able to watch 3 episodes of As Ever, and it's getting on my nerves. So, as much as I love you guys, I got to get back to Meghan. Um, mm, 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 mm. Okay, let me see here. All right. All right. Carolita Simone, thank you for being here. Susie is here. Janice Goodrich. Oh, by the way, take a look here. You know what? My goodness, today is my birthday, and I have already enjoyed the first episode of our faves. Well, happy birthday to you. You know what? I wasn't prepared at all for your birthday. I feel so terrible about that. But anyway, I'm glad you decided to share your birthday with us. I really do appreciate it. Let me take that away. And of course, oh, maybe I was prepared. There you go. Happy birthday, Lorene Esmeralda. Thank you so much for joining us here on Royal Sussex on your birthday. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Anyway, let's do this for you. Huh? Huh? And of course, we cannot have a birthday without a birthday salsa. Okay, so let me grab that and we can all get our dancing shoes on. Two, three, four. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Ah, that never gets old, does it? It just never gets old. Anyway, happy birthday, many happy returns of the day. Also, thank you so much for being a member of Royal Sussex. All right, happy birthday to you. Ah, okay. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I like that. Very pretty. Okay. Happy birthday. What's that? Oh, you're quite welcome, and I appreciate you being here with us. I really, really do appreciate that. I like sharing those moments with everyone. Thank you so much. Okay. So what a busy day it was today. I didn't know where to start. Crotchin chicken hidden egg. Thank you for being here. Fancy, fancy. Thank you for being first. I appreciate that. Vanessa Jones. Connie Bomber. Hey, Connie Bomber. Okay. All right. So let me just get on with it because I can't wait to share these uh, things with you. So the circuit. How many people watched the circuit? What a great interview! It was fantastic. You know what I liked about it is what probably put me on the edge of my seat. Okay, okay. I'm trying to be adult about this. I didn't love everything that they talked about, but it was necessary to be a balanced interview. Okay. I always try to remember that it should be a balanced interview. So, you know, a couple of things I cringed. I did. I'm just like, oh, do we have to do this? Yes. The answer is yes. That's part of it. If you are giving an interview to someone, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of things that they did not think was a good question to ask. But I don't really know Emily Chang, but I'm just saying, it was a certain point I had a lump in my throat, and I'm just like, okay, she's doing her job. I'll give her that much. She is doing her job. Um, you know, I'm not gonna take that away from her. She did her job, but don't be too efficient, Emily Chang. Don't be so intrepid, if you don't mind. But she did her job, and you have to respect that. Okay. Just like when Harry was interviewed by Tom Bradby, and I thought Bradby was coming on a bit strong. But if you want to have a real interview, which is like Megan said, I wasn't expecting it to be easy, but I did expect it to be fair. So she was very fair. I don't think it was a I gotcha. Um, and it was a great interview. It was very well rounded, even the parts that made me squirm in my seat. It was very, very well rounded. So I ask you all to be open minded enough to accept the interview on its merits. Uh, we're adults. Megan's an adult. She don't need anybody to hold her hand. She answered everything sincerely, authentically. She was being herself. She appeared to be very comfortable. She looked absolutely magnificent. Um, yeah. So I am going to go to the next slide here. How beautiful! How beautiful! She looked like a mom. She looked young and youthful. She was wise and worldly. I mean, Megan's got a lot going on upstairs. I mean, the ease in which she responds to things, and she throws some of those old sayings in there, and such that you sometimes you just like kind of confused because she's so youthful and everything, but yet she has a bit of an old soul, as they say, an old soul, where she just it almost seems like she's been here before, or that she's been around much longer than her 44 years. So I like that about her. I really, really do dig that about her. Um, the settings were perfect. I enjoyed the bookstore setting. This was a very professional interview, very professional. The lighting was perfect. It was relaxed, right? It had the variety of a beer here, a burger there, the lounge area at the bookstore. I love that Megan said, I do this all the time. Yes, we go out. Yes, we have dinner. Yes, we do this. Yes, we do that, which confirms what I thought all along is that they are not hiding behind walls. Yes, Megan admitted there were some things that she's just, she can't go backpacking. She's not likely to just grab her backpack and head off. Within reason, there's limits to what's possible because of her position, because of her fame, and because she's a mom. So there's certain limits, but still she's doing things more so than I think a lot of people expected when she says, yes, I can go to dinner. Yes, I can hang out with friends and things like that. All of those things are happening as suspected. So, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I'm glad that she's not confined to, even though if I had to live like I was on home arrest, I would gladly live there at the Montecito mansion. I could stay on those grounds and never leave. Everything I need is there. But again, that's not the case. So yeah, when I woke up this morning, I'm just like, oh, that's right, the interview. And so that was the first thing I put on. I'd sat on the edge of the bed for I don't know how long. And then I'm just like, okay, okay, get up, go and push that button, get that coffee going. So I did that. And then I had to do some paperwork for something else today. So that took me away from watching everything that I wanted because I just wanted to just binge right through it. But unfortunately, I was not able to do that. And of course, I had to make sure I didn't miss my shop opportunity because I didn't want to miss my opportunity to shop. So fortunately, even though I confused myself with the start time, got that in and bought some stuff. And I'm going to go over what's available later. This is like my favorite image of the day. This one right here. Love that image right there. That's my favorite from the day. Okay. Right? Right? I will even I will even do the gardening myself. I will do a lot of yeah. I will do all the gardening myself. I will work in the garden. I will cook. I will order the what is it? The Instacart. I will do all those things. I will be a model prisoner. I promise you. I would be a model prisoner. And I thought I saw a view of the ocean. Yeah, I could hang there. I think I'll be okay. Let me see. When you're able to dress the way you want to, dress in you're able to say the things that are true. You're able to show up in a space really organically and authentically. That's being comfortable in your own skin. Um, All right. So, full disclosure, you know that certain paper, I could not wait to see some of the stuff that they were going to spin out of control, and they did. There was a lot of spinning and such. Although, surprise, surprise, one of the articles it had just a certain level of snarkiness, but by and large, it was approval of the show, which I couldn't believe, and that came from Liz Jones. I mean, she had a little snark in there, but that came from Liz Jones. And of course, the thing about the occupant of the White House. Oh, I thought I was gonna slide under my desk when I heard that. I'm like, oh no, let's please not go there. And then the lady's like standing there with the burgers, and I'm just like, oh, thank God. Only for her to say, okay, if you want to finish your comment, I'm like, no, we done. We done. But again, Megan handled it like a champ. She said that was another time, which it was. 2016 was another time. That's almost 10 years ago. That was another time. The truth is, we're in a reality, and um, the not there's no upside to anything, and it's not just the occupant of the White House. That's why you just have to chalk it up to that was another time, because you can't ignore half of the country that thinks differently from you do. You can't ignore half of the country that are politically, maybe even psychologically, in a whole nother world. You can't ignore that. It's a reality. And the best thing is to for everybody, whichever the side of the aisle you're on, as they say, is to uh, be very measured and 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 just acknowledge and move on. That's it. Just acknowledge and move on. Yep, that's how you feel. Good. I feel differently. Next, that's all you can do, because it's going to be a long haul, and we are in for a ride as far as that stuff is concerned. So better to just say a couple of things, move on. Perfect. I believe she aced that one. Um, and of course, Harry did not pop up at all in the interview. This was not his interview. Um, Fortunately, there wasn't much revolving around him as far as being the focus of the interview, because otherwise, if that's the case, then that would be one of the things to dominate the story in terms of the media's response, and I'd rather not do that. Um, Harry and Meghan, there's I don't want to say there's a professional separation, because they don't say that, but we all see that they are doing different things at different times, as they would have anyway. So that is not even a story. That They share a home, they share their children, and of course, they still have their date nights, which Meghan said is very important. That's all that matters. So there's no need. Let the tabloids do that. You know what I'm saying? Let the tabloids do that. We don't have to do that. The tabloids will do it for us. So let them do it, and then we ignore them when they do it. So fine. Um, let's see here. What's that? Meghan Sussex is the modern princess. Throw away those old tomfoolery traditions, smiling and waving, show up and do good. Yeah, which is why they have tried to give that other left behind royal a makeover, right? They tried to give her a makeover. They want to remake her in Meghan's image, a modern princess, and they're not even ashamed that that is the agenda. I would be embarrassed if who I am is so inadequate and so lackluster that a whole team of people, all the king's horses and all the king's men, couldn't try to bring back my personality again. You know what I'm saying? I'd be embarrassed if I had to have a team of people dress me and try to think of projects for me to do because I can't think of any myself. That's embarrassing. And they have no shame. They literally have no shame. The Megan that we saw today, with the ease in which she was able to navigate some very, you know, uh, I would say tough questions here and there. And most of them were pretty, anticipated. But then a few of them, it was just like, oh my goodness, we're talking about that, huh? And she navigated that perfectly. There was nothing that needed any fixing. She said what she said. She was very clear. She did not hesitate. Next, right? Next. Move on to the next one. So I really, really enjoyed that. I'm gonna have to watch it again for sure, just to take it all in because the ease in which she went through this interview was just how did I mean it's overused, but I have to say it. It was a masterclass. It was a masterclass. It really was. She is a born communicator. Was surprising us and keeping the Rangers off guard and clutching their pearls. Here, here. Keeping the Rangers off guard and clutching their pearls. I like that. Thank you for your comment. Mm. Oh, you got the orange marmalade. Me too. And I bought some more cookie mix. So I guess I'm making some marmalade cookies. I cannot wait. I am making some orange marmalade cookies. Yeah, yeah. I said what I needed to say in 2016. It's on the record. No need to repeat. Exactly. I know. Just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, am I a fan of this Emily Chang? Not yet. She did her job, right? She did her job, but I'm gonna keep an eye on her. I mean, she's okay. She's okay. I'm gonna keep an eye on her though. I mean, she did her job. Megan is very knowledgeable. She handled herself intelligently. I am glad she answered the political question intelligently. She is aware of her husband's immigration situation. Yeah, all of that. All of that. Um, Let me see. Yes, grace and dignity. Absolutely. And very relatable. And I like that she said, I just want people to get to know me. They do not know me. Even with all the time that has gone by, they, still a lot of people just do not know her. They know sound bites. They know sound bites. They know thumbnails, but they don't know her. But yes, grace, dignity, pride, all those things. There you go. Thank you, Mama Doria. God, I think I made this like 5 years ago. I think I made this one. All right. Take that away. Oh, and the hamburger. I was sitting there. I'm like, oh my goodness. She's wearing white, and she asked for a napkin, right? And what did the lady bring her? A napkin. I would have brought at least three. She brought her a napkin. Uno, a napkin. I'm like, she's wearing white. Oh, I would have made a mess of it. I promise you. I would have had like things dripping through my fingers, right? I would have had burger juice all over the place. But um, you know, Megan's not me. If Megan was me, she would have had to change. She would have needed a costume change. But and that photo there on the right, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love that photo, which I'm pretty sure is just a screenshot of one of the videos. One of the squatties saved that one, and I'm just like, yes, this is perfection. It really is perfection. So, of course, they saved it. I had to save it too. Um, mm, okay, yeah, I'm going to get to that one later. Yeah, so Megan says, I'm a real person. And that was heartbreaking that she had to say that. That was really heartbreaking that she has to declare I'm a real person. Um, that right there, that kind of touched me when she said that. That is, and I kind of felt sad because it was necessary to say, and you would think that a person should not have to say things like that, but um, it's necessary. It's necessary. That's how she felt. That's what needed to be said. And who else can I think of? Right. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people in the public that with a big public image like that feels the same way. But what was that? 2018. Megan was the most searched person on Google. Right. The most searched of anybody on Google. And of course, Harry followed that. They had a clip of Harry saying that Meghan was the most trolled person on the planet in 2018. So, and also, if you guys have watched that video, please do make sure you leave comments, positive comments. As soon as I saw it, I just put something in there very quick. And I encourage you all to do the same. If you haven't done it yet, please go back and do it because we all know that the Derangers are going to do their best to flood. They're going to try to do their best to flood that channel's comment section with a bunch of negativity. And we do not want that. We do not want that. So that's why I encourage you all, if you can, please make sure that you go over there and leave something positive. I do believe that they're monitoring the comment section. Um, I don't think they're going to just leave a bunch of negative stuff out there, but still, we should always do that whenever we can. I don't encourage you to argue with people in the comments section only because you don't know if you're talking to a person or are you talking to a bot. So why put yourself through that? Leave a comment and keep it moving, because otherwise you are going to find yourself saying more than you intended to, and you're going to walk away from it feeling very, very stressed. So let's see, that video has received 85,694 views. Now, releasing that today, having that interview released on the day that Meghan's new products drop, having that video released on the day that Meghan's With Love drops on Netflix, I think it's going to take away some of the views from the video, because it's kind of like all of a sudden there's three different places. Uh, you know, we will find Meghan, but I don't know if enough people outside of the Sussex squad will be able to find that interview. So I shared it. And if you have any social media platform, I encourage you to share the interview. Um, that way, the maximum amount of people will be able to see it. And I'm going to take a look right now. Just a little glance. I want to see what kind of comments are there. But like I said, I do think that they have moderators that are going through that. Doesn't mean that there's not negative comments. They're not going to take all that away. But I think if there's something horrendous, they will remove that. Like this one, this is very stupid. The royal family's last name is Mountbatten-Windsor. Why doesn't she know that? Um, William doesn't use Mountbatten-Windsor. Charles didn't use Mountbatten-Windsor. When they're in service and such, they were using Wells. The question is, this person, let me see here. If they're such a royalist, how come they don't know that? Right here, someone says, when Harry and William were younger, the last name was Wells. And I'm glad Meghan said that. I'm glad she did, because it is true. There was a time when a lot of people didn't even know what the royal family's last name was. Not only because it was something German, but they didn't know what it was because most people in the public just did not care. It wasn't, I don't think a lot of people said, gee, I wonder what the king's last name is. I mean, it really wasn't a thing. Where would you ever hear it? It was title first, and then their Christian name, and then that was it. So as Meghan said, it's different, and a lot of people just don't know that it's different. But obviously, that person watched the entire interview. So if they saw that, if that's what they want to hang their hat on, then obviously they watched the whole thing. Good for them. Anyway, that is a beautiful image of Meghan there. This is the setup, just in case you were wondering what kind of setup did they have. That is the setup right there. Looks pretty elaborate. So it says here, Meghan is speaking candidly about the intense media scrutiny she faced and how it could affect her children, Archie and Lily. The Duchess of Sussex shared her thoughts in an interview with Emily Chang on the circuit, part of the Bloomberg Originals. Um, when asked to choose one thing for people to know to truly understand her, Meghan said, I think when I sit with this for a second here, I just want people to know that I'm a real person. And I think a lot that gets lost in what we can be, in what can be super dehumanizing, she said, when you look at the clickbait culture and how much is written about someone, it's like, no, my friends have to read these things. And that is something I think about all the time is that your friends, like when Megan was at the Frogmore Cottage and people did not see Megan all that time. And there's all these negative headlines about Megan every day. You don't see her, but every day, every tabloid had a mountain of articles about someone whose voice we haven't heard in 4 months. Could you imagine what her closest friends, what her mother, what so many other people were thinking at that time? I mean, what about the people from the TIG? All those girls from the TIGs and some guys that followed Megan all those years, and suddenly the person that they would chat with any given day, not only does she not have her social media, you don't even see her. You don't hear from her. And there's nothing but nasty articles every day. That was very, very stressful. That was very stressful because you just don't know. You don't know what's going on. So thank God we're out of that. Let me see. Like I have real best friends, she said, and some since I was 17 years old. I'm a real mom. I have to go. I choose to go and do school pickups and drop offs. But I do that under the landscape that is created that forgets that I'm a real person. That was heartbreaking. And how would you want someone to treat a real person in your life that you care about or loved or respected? And so there's something about that I think that often gets lost, is what Megan said. And even though earlier I was saying you can compartmentalize, like I say, that's a caricature. Yes, but my kids will see those magazines, and we all know mom's gossip. And so I have to make a choice to move through the world as myself in spite of all the noise that's created. But maybe there would be less noise if people remembered that I'm a real person. And of course, she said, Emily Chang said, yes, you are a real person. Um, so yeah, that was probably the one part where I felt kind of a little sad that was necessary to say. But I'm glad she said that. I'm glad that's hopefully I'm hopeful that will reach someone that needs to hear that, and hopefully they can, I guess, reconsider how they view people that's been part of the clickbait culture. I hope that will change some people's minds about things. That there is a human being on the other side of the clickbait. But yeah, so otherwise, Megan looks for normal nights out, um, normalcy. We go out for a lot of dinners and not just people's in. And yeah, Megan said, and not just in people's homes, private rooms and such. We go into restaurants. I really love that we can just have fun. So Megan stressed, yes, we go out. Yes, we go to restaurants. We don't just go to a private home. We don't just go to a dinner at someone's house. We go to restaurants. We do stuff. Let's see. Yeah, royal rules that felt inauthentic. I thought I was going to scream when Megan said the last time she had seen pantyhose that they came in an egg. Oh my God, that was so funny. The last time I had purchased pantyhose, they came in an egg. I forgot that that was a thing. I really forgot that was a thing. If you are too young to know what Megan is speaking of, let me see if I can find a photo. Yes, yes, that is perfect. Oh, they still sell the eggs. I didn't know that, but they still sell the eggs. Oh man. How come I haven't seen this in years? I guess they don't have those commercials anymore. But I'm going to share a photo of you guys for you guys what she was referring to, just in case there's any amongst us who do not get the egg reference. Okay, so there it is, the legs pantyhose that comes in those little eggs, and I guess they still sell them. I just saw. Um, oh, look at that! Look at the tower. Remember those in the what do you call it? The I guess the Walgreens or whatever. But look at that little tower where they got all those eggs. Remember those displays? Oh man, this is so funny looking at this. I haven't seen any of this stuff since Dynasty was on. Probably even before that. Wow. That is funny. I have not seen that since I was knee high to a cricket. Let's see. Leg says it's horrible that Megan has to remind people of her humanity all the time. She did it during the Oprah interview, Harry and Meghan docuseries, yet they still do it. Horrible people. Yes, thank you so much for the super chat. I agree. I don't like that that's the thing. I don't like that she has to keep saying that, but I do hope and pray that it will reach someone, enough people that, you know, that they'll get it, that it's not just the fun and games. It's not this um, that it's not okay. It's not okay. The way the public views celebrities, famous people, however you want to say it, uh, people in public roles, the way that people um, treat them like commodities. The tabloids treat them like a commodity. Um, People in the public treat them as though they're. It's like, okay, the one that really got me when Megan was still over there in Narnia is when she was walking around, doing a walkabout, and that was that day when she was pregnant, of course, and she met that lady Dorothy Parker. Was that her name? Dorothy Parker? And Megan said, I believe it was on the Harry and Meghan docuseries. She said that that day, while she was, meeting people, someone said, Why don't you call your father? You really should give your father a call. As though they are privileged enough to know what the nature of Meghan's relationship is with her father. And why did that happen? That happened because they were empowered by the tabloid media to walk up and ask a rather insensitive question like that. I mean, what otherwise looked like a perfect day, everything kind of just like skipped a heartbeat, figuratively speaking, because this person feels as though they're close enough to Meghan to tell her what she should do with her father. And the reason why things are so bad with her father is because of what? The tabloid media. The tabloid media. That's why things are so awful, is because of the tabloid media, because of this palace-fueled vendetta. So I'm glad that she's not over there, because where that woman is, there's several more just like her, waiting to judge unfairly, waiting to speak of things that they have no intimate knowledge of. So no, life is too short. Stay away from there. If that's what comes with it, stay away from there. Let me see here. Gosh, I would love to share that with you, and I don't think I have that for some reason. I haven't seen that in ages. I have not shared that in ages, should I say. So otherwise, I would show you exactly what I'm talking about here, but I don't have it to share. Or do I? I don't think so. Let me take a look over here. Oh, that's it right there. Okay, I'm gonna share that with you. I am going to share that with you. I am so going to share that with you. Give me just a second here. Oh, let me see. Okay. Is it here? Let me see there. Okay, give me just a second, you guys. I am going to make this work somehow.
What's your name? Dorothy Parker. Dorothy Parker, what a pleasure to meet you. My goodness, are you warm enough out here?
I am.
Oh, good.
She's been here since 9:15.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you. Are you from here? Were you born and raised here? Do you live here?
I live in Hoylake, which is about 6 miles away.
Oh. That's not too far.
No.
And what do you have planned for the rest of the day today?
Just thinking about the honour of meeting you.
Oh. Thank you so much. Oh. That is the kindest thing. Thank you. It's a real honor to meet you as well. Oh, thank you. You're so kind. Thank you so much. Well, Happy New Year. And thank you.
In spite of that thing that I said, that person said, Meghan still made the most of the day. She made the most of the day. She didn't let her get it, uh, get her down or anything like that. But yeah, that when I heard that, I'm just like, that day? Yeah, she mentioned it, and then they showed a clip of her of the walkabout, and I'm like, I remember that day. I think they went to a food pantry. I think they went to a food pantry, and while she's meeting and greeting, someone like, yeah, call your father. You call that bum. She's not calling him. You call him. If you think somebody need to talk to him, you call him. Megan's not calling him. She called him before the wedding. You see how that worked out. How the Duchess of Sussex became Meghan Inc. So, okay, Bloomberg. Bloomberg. I'm sure that, well, anyway, I'll just leave it at that. Bloomberg. Because I don't want to give the tabloids any ideas. So I'll just say that. If you know, you know. Um, though she almost always in the headlines recently, it hasn't been for the usual reason. On this special episode of The Circuit, we reveal her next chapter. Let me see. And then over there, Emily Chang posted a few things on her social media. Let me see. Such a great episode with love this week for Bloomberg Originals. Would love to know what you thought about this week's special question you have about the interview. Yeah, well, I could imagine what's going to end up in there. But like I said, when you all see these things, please try to say something positive. That way, it won't stop other people from doing the opposite, but at least we will make our voices heard. We will, force people to recognize that there are people that love and respect the Duchess of Sussex enough to put in a good word for her. So, always helpful to do that. But again, I remind you, do not go into those uh, comment sections and at least try not to do it. I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but I'm just thinking about your mental health and well being. I'm not trying to tell people what to do, but there are bots and such out there, and why drive your blood pressure up over something or someone that you have no control over? So that's why I say avoid it. But I know sometimes you have to bloody someone's nose to get their attention. I understand that. I understand that. But you also got to consider your own health and well being. Okay. Um, the outfit. Jeannie Kane, Jenny Kane, Jenny Kane, Emily Chang's The Circuit podcast, August 26th. Yeah, so that is what Meghan was wearing. So if you're interested in the skirt or the jumper, there it is right there. Now you know what Meghan wore. Oh, look at there. That's from this morning. We're live. Come shop asever.com, aseverwine.com for your favorite as you toast to summer, to the start of school. Parents, we see you. And wait a minute. Oh, I can barely see that. And to the memories that will be made in the coming months. We are so proud to be part of those moments with you. Thank you for welcoming us into your hearts and home. So, yeah, that's what came out when it was showtime, when it was time to shop today. It sold out? I did not know that. All right. Well, good for them. Good for them. Yeah, yellow looks good on Megan. And of course, my favorite is the yellow that she wore in Nigeria. That was a moment. That was what they call a moment. How Rico. One more time. Yes. Yes. That was the moment. Yep, that was the moment right there. That's when I was like going through the whole thing with Nigeria, and then she put that on, and I was just like, that's it. That's it. That is it. And of course, Daniel Martin got in on everything as he was one of the guests of uh, With Love Megan. He posted or reposted some things today. You can see that there. I like when Megan touched up his. She's like, "Do you want me to touch you up?" Ah, that was cool. And of course, she had such a gentle touch. Um, whereas Daniel, I'm pretty sure that his hands, his dexterity when it comes to doing someone else's face is way more, experienced. But I would imagine that it makes a difference when you're trying to do someone else's face. But yeah, so that was a nice moment. And the first episode of With Love Megan, I thought it was kind of chaotic. The camera was all over the place, and I loved it. What I loved about it is that in spite of all of the, movement that was going on, it all came together. That's what made it so special is that you got four people in the kitchen. I could imagine some of the matriarchs in my family yelling, "Get out of my kitchen. Gone, get out of my kitchen." Four people in the kitchen, that is a lot. And yet, somehow, four adult people in the kitchen, and they managed to make an amazing meal out of it. So that's what I loved about the first one is the controlled chaos of four adults reaching, grabbing, cutting, tearing, baking, grilling, all that stuff going on. And somehow they managed to make a perfect meal. So, especially the ingredients were just kind of like last minute. Do you know so many people are going to look at that and be a little bit more adventurous in the kitchen where you just grab some leftovers, you grab something from the garden, or if applied to your vegetable crisper in your refrigerator, you'll do something of that effect and make a great meal out of it. So that was pretty cool. I love the controlled chaos. And well, anyway, let me go on here. Oh, there's another Daniel Martin right there. Someone shared that and then he reposted it. And then there on the right, Jamie Kern Lima, she was sending out her congratulations to the Duchess of Sussex, as well as Chrissy Teigen. That was a great episode. I love the way she kept looking at her arm and trying to remember the kid's birthday. That was hilarious. And those earrings, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I'm just like, I want to do something like that. And I have been wanting to do something with some type of epoxy resin for a long time. Um, so I don't know. I doubt if I'm going to do anything soon, but it was interesting to watch. I feel like I could do it if I had to. And then she had that what was that, resin tape or whatever? You put the tape on one side, you pour the epoxy on the other, and yeah, that was pretty cool. That was something I think just about anybody can do. Yeah. Rosa Roberts, how long has it been? Thank you so much for joining us. Hi, Caroline. Disorganized crafter, do you do crafting as well? Have you been on here before? Because I'm thinking who I think you are, but I'm not sure. Um, didn't we have a craft lady that has her own channel? Is that who that is? Anyway, welcome if you've never been here before. Hello to Heather Stroud. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, what a great. I mean, we had so much. Yes, John Legend. That was, I love when she yells to him and he's like helping her to sort out the birthday or whatever. That was awesome. That was awesome. There's nothing more satisfying to me than seeing a very close married partnership like that. I love that. But it's reassuring. It's reassuring. I like to see when couples have that finish each other's sentences energy. That is so cool. That is so cool. And Chrissy seems like the sweetest person. She really does. Which is what kind of bothered me about one of okay. So out of all of the garbage that I saw out there from tabloids, there was only one article that I actually read because it was the one that promised to be different from the others, right? So there's only one, and I'll show that to you later. But even that person had to throw a little snark in there. Um, they're like, well, she didn't seem to really know most of the people, and I'm just like, even if that is the case, what difference does it make? Because I don't know these people. This is the most I've ever watched Chrissy Teigen. And you know what? Now I'm a fan. Now I am a fan. I've seen her before. I remember her from the Raspberry Preserve and everything. And that's made her, that endeared her to me. But I have to say, now I'm pretty much a fan. So, you know, I get that these people they have their quota of nonsense that they have to say, but at a certain point, my God, give it a rest. Oh, disorganized crafter. I'm I'm subscribing right now, just so you know. I'm subscribing right now. Okay. I'm subscribing right now. Um Now I haven't had a chance to watch you, so to be fair, I hope you are a Sussex friendly space. Otherwise, I am gonna have to unwatch you. But I'm gonna check out your channel. So And if anybody else wants to subscribe, please do so. The link is at the top of the chat. Thank you very much, Lydia Washington. Oh, I didn't put it up there, did I? Let me put it up there. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this channel before because I wasn't following it, but I'm going to subscribe now. So anyway, welcome to Royal Sussex. Okay. You might get yourself some new subscribers today. There we go. Yeah, so you guys, there is a link at the top of the chat. And since she's with us on this great day, she deserves that we should check out her channel. So make sure you all do that. Okay, I just subscribed myself. And I like to learn how to do new things. Oh, Megan's Jam. Hi, Megan's Jam. Thank you for 9 months membership. Chrissy and Megan were briefcase girls on Deal or No Deal. Yeah, and that's why I was just like, anyway, I think that a lot of the reporters are just lazy. But thank you so much for 9 months membership. Yes, I follow them on Instagram. I do. Okay, you know what? I just realized I don't think I follow John, but I do follow Chrissy. But I need to go and follow John as well. You know, have you seen those AI videos where they make the adults look like little kids? You know what I'm talking about? Where they have the adults look like they're children, like they did Dynasty, Devil Wears Prada, the Golden Girls. I don't think they have to do anything for John Legend because John Legend always looks like a kid. He does. He is perpetually youthful. And I do mean that as a compliment. John Legend is perpetually youthful. He is Benjamin Buttons or whatever. He's always looked. I mean, it's just like in my mind's eye, I look at him and I feel like I know what he looked like when he was 3 years old. I just feel like I know what he looked like. I love those videos. I do. And if you haven't seen the one with The Devil Wears Prada, where little baby Amanda Amanda Priestley? No, oh gosh, what was her name? Meryl Streep, she played yeah, was it Amanda? No, it wasn't Amanda. Anyway, yeah, so there was little baby Andrea or whatever her name was, Emily. Oh my God, I love those. I love those. I always share them. Whenever I see them, I share them with other people. Okay, let me go on to the next thing here. So, you guys, listen. Because I enjoyed Chrissy Teigen so much, I've never looked at her Cravings brand or website or anything like that, but I'm going to take the time to do it. I am going to take the time to do it because I'm always good to people that are good to Meghan. I'm always good to people that are good to Meghan. So I am going to take the time to check it out. Let's see. Chrissy Teigen was so excited to be the first to hear about baby Hansworth Sussex. I still don't know what they were talking about. What a beautiful day we had. A gem of a woman, mom and human. Meghan, congrats on season 2 of With Love, Meghan. on Netflix, all episodes streaming now. Look at how supportive, instead of looking at Meghan as the competition, it's as though they've been knowing each other since they were 17 years old. But no, of course, they met during Deal or No Deal. But the energy that they have with each other, it's just like they went to grade school together. And that's because Meghan is a girl's girl. Meghan is that girl. She is a girl's girl. That's who Meghan is. And anybody who thinks different is suffering from baby brain. If you don't think she's a girl's girl, then you have baby brain. Meghan has always uplifted and supported other women, some that didn't even deserve it. She's always been able to uplift and support. So I'm just going to say the royal family really, really lost a true asset, a true asset. And unfortunately, there is not going to be that, or should I say, there was an excellent opportunity for a positive role model for women of color in the royal family. And that's just not what they wanted. They didn't want that. They really didn't want that. And so they drove her away. They did everything they could to drive her away. And I'm glad that they lost the other great asset that they had, Prince Harry. I'm glad he's not over there anymore because they don't deserve Prince Harry. They really do not deserve him. Yes, thank you, T Mac. Their loss is our gain. Absolutely. But yeah, so I'm going to be checking out Chrissy Teigen's stuff because I've never looked at it, and who knows, I may even buy something because I do like to throw my support behind things or people or whatever that deserve it. So I will do something. I don't care if it's a letter opener or a I don't even know what she sells, but I'm buying something. Remember when I got the La Cruche? Now I couldn't really afford the big pan, but I did get those little dipping jars, little dipping bowls, those little dipping bowls for your sauces. I proudly purchased that just so that I could be a part of the La Cruce. So yeah, it's how do I want to put that? It's not a movement. Well, it is a bit of a movement, but um, those of us that are Harry and Meghan supporters, we do go that extra step for them, and I'm proud to do it. I am proud to do it. I have not seen this episode, although I have seen the preview, and I am with Megan. Um, I'm okay with fish, but the thing with the lobster, the sound of it. Okay. Fun fact, true story. My father was trying to teach me how to cut a whole chicken, a raw whole chicken. And I was doing just fine until he made a gesture with his hands that caused me to put the knife down. He was trying to tell me how to cut the wings off. And then he took his hand and he kind of made the gesture like he was chopping from his underarm. You know what I mean? Like, with his hand flat. And he said, you just want to get up under there. And I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I put the knife down and walked out. I let him do it. When you start comparing portions of the chicken, a cold, fleshy chicken carcass, to a human being, that's when I'm just like, you know what? Until he said that, I was cool. When he said that, I was just like, so I get where Megan is coming from. I don't know if I could slice through a live lobster. I'm not that person. I know they say, oh, they don't have pain receptors, so they're not gonna feel it. So I'm not on that one. I can't do that. Um, I would need someone else to do that, or they need to do that at the grocery store or wherever, the fish market. But I'm not going to be the one to do it. Oh, okay. I didn't know she had a line of cookware. Oh, I love curry. I love curry. I am going to have to share my recipe for my curry. Uh, what is it? Ground turkey. Yeah, my ground turkey with black beans and rice. Oh, that is such a good meal. I put all of my taramic, curry, oh gosh, what's that other one? Cumin. I put it all in there. It's so good. I cut some fine onions and grill that. It's like my favorite meal. I could eat it every day. As a matter of fact, there was a time when I did eat it just about every day. It doesn't let you down. And of course, I used that. Was it the basmati rice? Yeah. Let's see. Yes, indeed. Meghan with Harry would have brought the monarchy into the 21st century instead of it being the 19th century. In the 19th century, their loss uh, is the world's game. Yep, exactly. Thank you for your words. Okay. Love this. Love this. This is what came up on the website for the As Ever as we were waiting for the products to drop. Megan walking along the ocean. That's exactly what came up. So, new seasonal drop. New seasonal drop. I'm going to get to those products, by the way. And I love this one right here. This is why I said if I had to be under house arrest, if they said, you know what, we are going to arrest you for being sexy. First of all, I'm going to say, yes, guilty as charged. No. I do even better than that. If they came to me and said, you know what, we are going to arrest you for your incredible cheekbones. Oh, your cheekbones are gorgeous and your skin is so clear for someone of baby boomer age. I'm going to say, yes, I am guilty as charged. And when they say, where would you like to serve out your sentence? After my signed confession, they can drop me off right there at the Montecito Manor. They can drop me off right there. I'll even babysit if it comes to that, although I'd rather not. I'll even babysit. I will spend my days meditating in the tea house. I will lay by the poolside and get some of that good old vitamin D. Oh, I would make the most of it. Yes, drop me off at the stately, palatial, opulent, and yet picturesque Sussex Manor. Um, right there in the town of Montecito, where there are no leaks. There are no leaks in Montecito. Yep, just drop me off in Montecito. I won't bother the other people in the house. I promise you. They won't even know I'm there, except for the price of groceries is going to increase a lot. But yeah, they'll know something when they see the grocery bill go up. When they say, who's eating all of these peanut butter pretzels from Trader Joe's? Daniel Martin hasn't been here. Nope, it'll be me. But yeah, that is where I will spend my days. Let's see. Oh, what's that? You mean you don't want to be dropped off? No, I don't want to go to Forest Lodge. I don't want to go to Forest Lodge. I don't want to hear all that arguing and bickering and all that kind of stuff because I'm pretty sure it gets loud over there. And, if I'm going to hear someone having a screaming match, I'd get very frustrated if I can only understand what one of the people are saying. You know what I mean? I think I could understand one of them, but that other one, that'd be kind of hard to follow. How could you be nosy enough to want to hear an argument and you can't even understand? Arguments should not include subtitles. This one, I guess I could understand, but that one, it'd be a waste. It'd be a waste. Plus, the grounds of that Forest Lodge, it almost looks like some kind of backlot at a movie studio. Oh, curry goat. I don't think I've ever cooked goat. I don't think I've ever cooked goat. I think I've cooked lamb before. And you know what? If I have to say one thing about cooking lamb, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't bad. It's not too bad. See what I did there? Yeah, I know that's kind of bad. Wait, that's kind of bad. Bad. Yeah, so again, we're live. Come shop asever.com. This was the other picture that she I think this was on the what was that? The Instagram. Yeah. We're so proud to be part of those moments with you. Thank you for welcoming us into your hearts and home. Oh, you're quite welcome. And of course, don't forget, there's still rosé available. If you have been unable to access the rosé and you needed to take care of some things before you purchased your rosé, the As Ever Napa Valley Rosé is still available. It is still available. So if you want to make a gift of it, think about it. You get 3 bottles in the order. You can get those 3 bottles and gift them for Christmas. Okay. Now, the orange marmalade. The orange marmalade. Okay. True story. I was so worried that things were going to sell out. Guess what I did? Well, I ordered several of these because I thought for certain that I needed to stock up on them so that I'll have them, right? Not realizing that it was orange marmalade. I didn't realize that until after I already paid for it. So, I am still suffering from PTSD from the earlier drops where everything sold out. So my hands were moving faster than my mind could process things. So I got quite a few of them, a few things that I didn't even look at. I was like, yep, that's it. So, but that's okay. I'm sure it's delicious. I do like orange, and you know what? I would love to have me a nice piece of, like, I don't know, a rustic toast, toast some rustic bread and put some butter and some of that orange marmalade on it. Oh, talk about something good. The flavor is going to be very close to the apricot, because to me, apricot, it does have a hint of a citrus, like an orange citrus taste. So I am pretty sure that this is going to be very close in flavor to the the apricot. But anyway, um, as ever, I am going to enjoy it, I'm sure. Oh, let me see. I think they kicked up production again. You'll love orange marmalade. Oh, by the way, the raspberry is not ready yet. It is just not ready yet. But as Joan Garcia reminded us yesterday, they are going to ship out the apricot to those who purchased it. And then, of course, your purchase was rejected because they didn't have enough, and they refunded your money. And you are going to get a freebie. You're going to get your free complimentary apricot. But those are for the people who tried to purchase and they had to give us a refund. So that's something to look forward to. So I will have my apricot and I will also have my orange marmalade. And of course, after I purchased it, then I was like, oh, they have the ones in the keepsake. So I had to get a couple of those. So yeah. Do you look when it's time to pay my electric bill, do you think I could just go down to the office and hand them a couple of jars of orange marmalade? You think they'll accept that? uh, do you think they'll accept a couple of jars of orange marmalade? I'd be like, listen, I'm gonna be a little short. No, short. Like my father used to say, I'm gonna be a little short this month. But I got these. I might even throw in a bottle of rosé. Yeah, if they make it a 0, I'll give them a bottle of rosé. I know, right? I better get some candles because they may not want to accept that, or they might accept it and still not fix it for me. Let me see here. I can't wait to try the orange spread. Feel bad. I did the same thing, but it was to support Meghan at the end of the day. I also thought I was getting the raspberry. Yes, I saw the raspberry. I was like, ooh, 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 ooh. So yeah, I mean, it looks like the apricot. It wasn't until after the purchase I was just like, wait a minute. Yeah, I was too busy trying to get them things, and I did everything separate. I did everything separate. So I think that's going to kind of mess me up when it comes to shipment because I did everything separate. Yeah, like I said, I was still thinking like a few months ago. So I couldn't trust that I would be able to get the other stuff because that first time I filled up the basket with everything and everything was taken away from me. So I had to do what I thought was best to do. But hopefully we don't have to do that anymore. Yes, and hopefully the raspberry is coming back. Oh, the lemon preserve. That would sounds really good. And if it has like little shaves of the skin of the lemon in there, I bet that would be amazing. So these are the products. Oh, as if I could see that. Let me see. Let me see if I can make that bigger. All right. So okay, that's helpful. We got the orange marmalade. We have the orange marmalade in a keepsake packaging. We have the herbal hibiscus tea. We have the herbal peppermint tea, which you guys told me is good for settling my stomach. So next time my stomach is upset, I'm definitely going to try the and then what else? Flour sprinkles. Did I get any of that? I think so. The shortbread cookies, I know I got that for certain because I love the shortbread cookies. Is that how many people had shopped? What is 26349? What is that number? Is that how many people have shopped up to that point? Okay. I signed in at 11:02 with an order of 28. Okay. At one point, it paused me and my cart cleared, scared the crap out of me. Well, see, I wasn't taking any chances. I'm just going to have to pay for the delivery. I didn't want to take any chances. Oh, I'm sorry. I was the raspberry. As you can see, the raspberry you think is available, but it's not. When you click on it, it says coming soon and keep in touch. Also, there's the crepe and the herbal lemon ginger. Well, I bought one extra because I have a friend that loves ginger anything. So I'm going to give her a can of the ginger and keep one for myself because I love ginger too. Mm. You know, I wasn't that lucky. I wasn't that lucky. I might go back and look and see if any of it. Well, it doesn't matter. I didn't paid for it already. But yeah, I was just glad to get some stuff, and I'm glad to help our Duchess. Whatever, and of course, I had to order extra because my dear lamented aunt, who I turned into a squatty, um, she had said over and over again, she said, "Is Megan's products ready yet?" I said, "No." She said, "Well, let me know because I'm going to buy something." And so, yeah, I had to, I had to pick up a little extra for what she would have purchased. So, um, yeah, so there was that. Okay. I was ordering like Black Friday. Yeah. Yeah, you could say that. Let me see. Kenny, you say moving forward, when you place an item in the cart, X out and the other items would show where you could continue. Yes. Oh, the continue the shop. Oh, I see. So when it gets to that point, should I just go to continue to shop and not pay yet? I don't know. I was in a fever pitch. I had to get my stuff. Okay, so anything that's over 50, the shipping is free. All right. Thank you for that. Yeah, the raspberry is not available. So I would recommend to wait until the raspberry come. So when you make your cookies, you can make some with the marmalade and you can make some with the raspberry spread. So yeah, if you can, at least save some of the marmalade so that you can do both. Because I did make cookies with the raspberry before, and they were divine. They were divine. If you've ever purchased any of those cookies that has the little fruit, I guess it's strawberry or raspberry in the middle. You know how they used to make those cookies and sell them in that, what was it, the Danish cookie can? Well, whatever fruit that is hard as a rock. But if you make them yourself, They're so much better. I cannot believe they made crappers. I cannot believe they made graham crackers, and I could not believe they made cheese crackers. It looks so easy. I'm like, I could do that because I love Cheez-Its. I love Cheez-Its. I would love, I mean, see, that's why I said this show is great because, not to sound corny, but there's a lot of stuff I would have never thought of attempting myself. Make graham crackers? I see graham crackers all the time. I never thought to make them. So yes, I am totally Team Sussex. Ah, on a sadder note, oh, Guy. I love Guy. Guy was just the consummate companion. The consummate companion. I got a little sad looking at Guy. And then of course well, I'll show you. Meghan posted a video today. Uh, that was so sweet when little Lily went up and kissed the picture. That was so sweet. I love that. That was very, very sweet. Morning surprise from my husband. So sweet. Oh, Guy. Yes, and she made the forget me not collar for Guy. That was beautiful. That was so beautiful. Um, and oh man, Megan wrote that really nice thing. I made a memorial video for Guy, and if you get a chance, let me see if I can find the link for that. If you get a chance to check it out, but I have to warn you, you're going to have a tear or two because I recite the thing that Megan wrote for Guy. Um, so, you know, fair warning, it's going to bring a tear to your eye. So I would say, watch it another time. Let me see if I can find it. Nope, that's not my videos. That's someone else's. Okay, let me try me again. Guy Sussex. Why am I looking at all these other videos? Where is my Guy video? Oh, okay. I got it. No, I don't got it. Okay, let me try one more time. Okay, Guy, where are you, Guy? So it is a video, right? And it shouldn't have been too far back. At least I thought I made a video. Maybe I didn't. Or did I ever? Maybe I didn't post it. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I didn't post it. But yeah, that was sad when Guy died. Guy who has seen Meghan through so many tough times. You know what? I'm starting to doubt myself. Maybe I did not share the video. I mean, at least I don't, well, I don't know. I thought I did. I don't see it though. So maybe I didn't. Gosh, how old am I? Well, all right, never mind. Huh. Is that it? No, never mind. Okay, I'll find it later. I'll put it on a community post. I will put it on a community post. Yes, right? Right? Is there a children's book, Guy going from shelters, the shelter and riding with the Queen? Yeah, I have to say this Guy had a life second to none. Guy had a life second to none. Very, very sweet. And beagles, Guy was a beagle, right? Beagles are super, super intelligent. I believe that the beagle is the most intelligent of the canines. Just so you know, beagles are the most intelligent. So, but I think they're also very vocal and I think they bark a lot. I think so. I don't know. But yeah, and Harry loved Guy so much. He really did. Oh, I found it, you guys. I found it. Found it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put it at the top of the chat. All right, I'm going to put it at the top of the chat. Okay, there you have it. That was my Guy video that is the Guy video that I made. Because this is the thumbnail. So I know I made one because this is a thumbnail. In memory of Guy. Okay, now they said that somehow Taylor Swift uh, disrupted Meghan's announcement or drop or whatever. But they're not making money from Taylor Swift. I mean, there are some people that are going to read the articles, but their big money today, Meghan. Meghan takes a bit of swipe at the royal family, from what she misses about Britain to early days of romance with Prince Harry. The 10 things we learned from the Meghan season 2, Love Meghan season 2, with Love Meghan season 2. Let me see. Doesn't like baking. Doesn't like baking. That's news. That is reason to write an article because Meghan said that she doesn't like to bake. Or how about Montecito Marie Antoinette? Critics deliver a soul-crushing reviews of Meghan's. That show wasn't even available for, a few hours before they wrote that? Meghan moans she had to wear tights. Meghan reacts to Taylor Swift engagement. Overshadows her Netflix launch. Marie Antoinette again. The Liz Jones, that was actually a decent article. That was decent. The rest of them, I recommend you ignore them because they're all more the same. And didn't I say yesterday that they were going to talk about Meghan's jewelry, right? And there it is. They had to talk about her jewelry. Every time Meghan appears, they talk about the jewelry. And you guys know this because I just mentioned that, what was it, last week? I shared an article where they spoke about her jewelry. And here we go again, the jewelry. Every time, rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. How much the wardrobe? All of this was before they dropped the products. Before Meghan's product drop, they had all of this stuff already written and circulating. Meghan finally reveals her real legal name. And she lashed out at after she lashed out, after she lashed out at Mindy Kaling. Okay. Now look at this one. Meghan moans she had to wear tights. Meghan Markle complains she had to wear inauthentic tights. They wasn't sure which one that made the point, so they just wrote two of them. Let me see. That's a repeat. Yeah, I think all of these are repeats. Yeah, all of those are more the same. So while they're saying how irrelevant Meghan is, they managed to squeeze out 10 articles before lunchtime. Will and Kate's Forever Home, an intimate link that to sham King Edward VIII and his very difficult equerry revealed in secret files. Yeah, so they have some more nonsense about Will and Kate's house. Yeah, clickbait. How Kate got her sun-lightened hair. If you guys have been wondering how Kate has achieved that muskrat color for her hair, oh, y'all thought we wasn't going to drag anybody today? Think again. If you're wondering how Kate achieved that muskrat color for her hair, this is everything you need to know. You take off your extensions and or hairpiece and or wig, and you put it on a post, and you allow the sun to bleach it. And then every so often, you go out with a little spritz of peroxide. You just spritz the hair with peroxide. And before you know it, you're Kate Middleton. You'll look like the belle of the ball if you just follow Kate's easy steps to muskrat hair. Yeah. All you have to do is follow Kate's easy steps, and you too can have hair just like Kate Middleton. Why you would want it, I don't know. But if you do want it, it is attainable. A very sunlit area on your property, and you could rock that muskrat brown hair, just like Kate Middleton. Yeah, it's not difficult, you guys. It's not difficult. Let me see. And just a reminder, if you want to know, there it is. Regally Blonde. How Kate Summers spent in the sun on yacht has transformed Princess's look. Oh, okay. If you want to blame it on a $500 million pound yacht, sure. Oh man, I am wicked for this, I know. I am being very wicked, but I'm just telling the truth. This is how you achieve that look. You put it on, put it, allow the sun to bleach it, and then every so often you take a little like water, one of those little water bottles you get from like the dollar store or from the pound store, and you fill it with some peroxide, and you just go out there. Yep, and then just let the sun bleach it, let it dry, and then you go back out again a little bit later, and you just spray it. Looking Kate. Get it? Looking great, looking Kate. Yeah, there you go. That comes from a yacht. That'll make people avoid yachts in the future, won't it? Nobody wants to come back looking like that. At least I don't think. See there? So Kate's struggle behind closed doors was with the peroxide bottle then. Got it. Now on summer holiday number, fill in the blank. Leg says, once a yacht girl, always a yacht girl. No lies detected. That is the truth. That is the truth. Sun kissed. Even the tabloids are even trying to give her cover for that horrible hair. Anyway, what is that? Marchioness of Chumley, well, anyway, I believe that is a squatty account on the X, formerly known as Twitter. But do you like Kate's new hair? Now, that was a Daily Mail poll, and 3,300 votes said yes, and 4,511 votes say no. So out of all those votes, 58% said no way. No way. They don't want anybody walking around with the hair like that, let alone a princess of the realm. I really look at that hair and I see a cry for help. That hair is a cry for help. It really is. Someone is asking for help. Someone needs rescuing. But if they wanted to distract from those columns, especially Amanda Platel and Liz Jones, if they were trying to distract from those two articles, I think it worked. I think it worked because I couldn't think about this without, or should I say, I couldn't think about this and still think about that. You know what I'm saying? It did work. I mean, for 2 days, I forgot all about Amanda Platel and Liz Jones. All I could think about was what is that? Muskrats. All I could think about was muskrats. Kate Middleton and muskrats. That's been in my thoughts ever since. Let me see. Appears to be having a blonde moment. You could say that again. From baby brain to blonde moment. Peroxide Princess. Even the Daily Mail called her out. The Daily Mail called her the Peroxide Princess. You always hear people say, I didn't want to be a pariah, right? Now you hear people start saying, well, I didn't want to be a peroxide princess. And if I could quote Maggie Smith from Sister Act, remember Maggie Smith? She said, absolutely not. She's a conspicuous woman designed to stick out. Well, Kate Middleton is a conspicuous woman designed to stick out. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. She's a conspicuous woman designed to stick out. Well, there you go. A conspicuous woman designed to stick out. If she was any more conspicuous, you would be able to see her with the naked eye from outer space. There's probably a few objects on the face of the earth that could be seen with the naked eye from outer space. The Great Wall of China. These are man-made, right? The Great Wall of China. The Boeing aircraft plant in Everett, Washington. And Kate Middleton's hair. Those are the three man-made objects that can be seen with the naked eye from outer space. The Great Wall of China, the Boeing aircraft Everett, Washington factory, and Kate Middleton's hair. So next time you see that glow over the horizon, it's not Chernobyl, it's Kate Middleton's hair. It's not the Aurora Borealis, it's Kate Middleton's hair. That's why you see that weird haze over London, over Adelaide Cottage that extends all the way to London. That is Kate Middleton's hair. I tell you, if she goes on vacation again, we'll all need some of those sunglasses that they give you at the eye doctor. You know, those Roy Orbison glasses. We'll all need some of those. They're going to have us all walking around looking like Diane Shore. And of course, one of the magazines was wondering what Kate would look like with a blonde bob hairdo. And I think it's rather fetching. I think she'd look better with dark hair because, as a few people pointed out yesterday, blonde does not really suit her. She's a conspicuous peroxide princess designed to stick out. A conspicuous I can barely say it. She's a conspicuous peroxide princess designed to stick out. Well, that's how you get noticed. That's how you get noticed. Zandy Sussex said, "No wonder the stylist Natasha Archer ran away. Yeah, she took a look at that hair and headed for the hills. Her hair has never changed since the sun before, and all of a sudden it does. Nah, your hair can only change like that if you have chemicals in it and you go out in the sun." Yeah. And they honestly have been trying to gaslight the public into thinking that those days on the yacht caused her hair to change like that. Swimmers' hair changed that way in the sun because in chlorine pool, yeah, the chlorine in the pool does that. But they were on a yacht jumping into the Mediterranean. And also, Kate Middleton is so cruel. She's a very cruel woman. It's bad enough you can let them mess your hair up, and then you send your supposed so-called friend. It was bad enough that they was tearing her head up, but then she sends what's her name, Sophie. Then they send Sophie over there so they can mat her hair up. Are they going to a beauty salon or a butcher? There's dog groomers that do better than that. I take my chances at a dog groomer than to go to Kate Middleton's choice of hair shops, hair salons. And then, of course, that time when Kate was confused with cousin It from the Addams Family. Yeah, when Kate turns her back, she looks like ZZ Top. When she turns her back, she looks like she's in that band ZZ Top. uh, yep, there you go, cousin It. Little side by side, separated at birth. And there's Willie and Kate in their saloon trying to figure out what she can wear to look like Meghan. Okay, let me get back over to today. No, that wasn't today. This was today. Prince William and Kate evicted an octogenarian that is, cardiologist from a cottage. This is from Celibici, Kaiser of Celibici, to remind us that the Waleses actually evicted a cardiologist. 2 weeks ago, we learned that the Prince and Princess of Wales plan to move to Forest Lodge on the Windsor estate. Currently, Forest Lodge is being renovated and updated to suit William and Kate's taste. They claim they are paying for these upgrades and renovations themselves, meaning though William's Duchy of Cornwall funds, that is through his Duchy of Cornwall funds, but what goes left unsaid is that the Royal Protection Security people are spending a fortune to ensure that Forest Lodge is adequately secure. for the heir to the throne, they have to make sure it's secure. The money for the security upgrades is not coming out of Will's pocket, it's coming from the taxpayers. And that's what they're not telling people. When they say what the price of the royal family is to the people, to the subjects of King Charles, to the citizens of the United Kingdom, that number is greatly minimized. The true cost is £500 million a year. £500 million. There is an extraordinary price that comes from the security. Now, if Will and Kate had stayed in Great Windsor, well, if they would have stayed on the Windsor estate, they would have already been surrounded by the security at Windsor Castle. But because they're moving so far away, the royal protection, they have to set up a satellite location, much like they did at Ray Mill to protect Queen Camilla, the Queen consort. They put a security hut there that costs millions of dollars. They are likely to spend a great deal of money for Will and Kate, the two people who barely work, the least productive members of the royal family, is costing the taxpayers a lot of money. How many nurses could they hire at the NHS with that money? The answer is a lot. A source revealed the occupants of the cottages were both elderly pensioners and have been found homes elsewhere on the estate. One of those moves is believed to be an eminent retired cardiologist octogenarian. That means that he's in his 80s. He's over 80 years old, who used to play their trade at the Harley Street and at nearby Wexham Park hospitals in Slough. Is that Slough or Slough? Anyway, the two cottages will be turned into police houses as they will need to have more security. Oh, wow. Yeah, and Forest Lodge is right there on a main road. They're right there on a main road. This is such a bad idea. So, Hello Magazine decided to help Kate by running an article called A Fresh Start. One of these days, I am going to dig through the archives of a handful of magazines. Hello will be one of them. And I'm going to share with you how many times they announced that Kate is starting over. Kate is keen to do something. Kate is this. Kate is that. That is something that happens several times a year. Not with different magazines, but just with Hello. Not to be confused with the Tatler. Not to be confused with a few other magazines like People Magazine that announce every time Kate Middleton is supposed to do some busy work. It amounts to very little. Nothing ever comes of it. But of course, the only reason why they did this is because of Meghan. I can assure you that's because of Meghan. Oh, I cannot wait to share this with you. This is a bit off topic of the royal family, but let me see. Just so you guys know, I am almost done. I have this. Wait, I have this, and what else do I have? Oh, maybe I'll save that for tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'll save the rest of it for tomorrow. We'll have a little fun with that one tomorrow. So I'll just do this guy and then we'll say goodnight. Okay? Because it's been 2 hours. So I'm going to do this guy and then we will say goodnight. How many magazines are propping up mannequins? The answer is several of them. Speaking of which, if we can build this dream together, stand this storm forever, nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world was made of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Whoa. Anyway, I love that song. Forever and ever. Hey. Okay. Everybody will everybody, you will not believe what I'm about to tell you. So again, this is going to be the last thing for tonight. I thought it was cute and funny, and therefore I want to share it with you.
I had a student ask me if I was alive when the world was black and white. Yeah, that look you have, same look I had. I went, what do you mean when the world was black and white? He said, like in the old TV shows, the world was black and white. When did it go color? I was like, what do you mean, when did it go color? He goes was the world black and white, or did just everyone see black and white? I'm like, are you kidding me? He goes, no, a lot of people say that the world used to be black and white. I'm like, there's no way people believe this. He goes, ask other people. So I did. I said, hey, kids, how many of you used to think the world was black and white? Half of the kids raised their hand. No, and I'm talking like black and white Andy Griffith. They watched old TV shows and just thought the world used to be black and white. I was shocked. I actually went to another classroom because thinking they're pranking me. No one can think this. There's no way. Went to another classroom, asked the same question. 50% of the kids raised their hand. Guys, we are in trouble. Who's going to take care of us? Not them. God help us. We need to start praying now. We need a revival in the United States because we're not going to make it.
Okay, so there you go. This guy is on TikTok. I guess he's a high school teacher or grade school teacher. And there's his TikTok right there, Kiss, whatever that says. He says this, one of his students seemed to believe that everything in the world was black and white. And they wanted to know if he was alive when the world was black and white. So if you wake up, everything is black and white. You go out the door, everything you see is black and white. Or gray, lighter gray, darker gray. That's what this kid believed. I mean, I am struggling with that, but I guess it is possible. Remember, some of these kids can't even write in cursive. the art of cursive writing is slowly disappearing. So maybe it is true that some people believe that the world looked like an old episode of Andy Griffith or the Beverly Hillbillies or some of those other shows like, the Dick Van Dyke Show. Oh, thank you so much, Lydia Washington. Thank you. Thank you, Jacqueline Rippey. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jeanette Williams. Appreciate it. All righty then. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Let me go back up to the top. All right, I'm just looking at a couple of your comments here. All right. Okay. Love you guys. I will see you all next time. I'm going to go and finish watching my episodes of With Love, Meghan. And we'll do it again tomorrow. Hopefully we can come on much earlier tomorrow. I'm going to try my best, and we'll make it do what it do. Okay. All right. Good night. God bless. And I will see you all next time.